Joseph Colombo. Milton Lewis on that scene in Brooklyn as Colombo's friends gathered to remember the man some called an underworld boss. Funeral today, some people were there because they wished to be, others were there because it was part of their job. Milton Lewis was one of those.
Roger, as funerals for notorious individuals go, this was extremely modest, with a service held in the section of Brooklyn where Joe Colombo was regarded by many as an outstanding citizen and family man. There were only 3 flower-filled cards. The casket didn't look to be overly expensive, and no major recognizable organized crime figures came to pay their last respects to the dapper don who headed the family, once bossed by the late Joe Profaci, the olive oil king. While there were a great number of politicians at the rally at which Colombo was shot, including at least one congressman, at least one member of the state legislature, I didn't see any of those people today. Some 250 mourners attended the service in the half-empty church, from which cameras were barred. FBI agents and plainclothes police were present when Colombo's wife, 4 sons and 1 daughter, as well as his parents, arrived.
Well, I met him in '49 at the waterfront. I worked with him on extra labor. And I think he was a hell of a nice guy.
Colombo died Monday at age 54. He'd been virtually paralyzed and in a semi-coma since he was shot down at an Italian-American Civil Rights League rally at Columbus Circle in 1971.
Well, he was a family man that...
When I was a lot younger, I was about 10 years old, my father used to come home sometimes with turkeys, and Mr. Colombo had given them to him.
Robert Violante, with Stacy Moskowitz the night she was killed by David Berkowitz, and who was left almost blinded by the so-called son of Sam, didn't know Colombo, but came to the church today with a friend who did.
Mother had a lot of respect for the man, and he was doing the things for the Italian people, and he was good for our own kind.
The Mass of Resurrection was conducted by Father Louis Gigante, former city councilman from East Harlem. He spotted me after the service, and as the funeral entourage was passing the home of Colombo's sister, on the way to the cemetery. Can you tell us, summarize what you said at the service?
Yeah, I just called Joe Colombo a martyr for the Italian-American cause, because he put this thing forward. He came forward, and in being forward, he actually defended the Italian cause. And doing that, he was actually killed in this effort.
Did you say anything about the news media?
The news media was horrible.
You were present, by the way, the day that Mr. Colombo was...
I anointed him. I was there, yes.